In 1 hour, a former Osceola County teacher is set to go in front of a judge for the first time on child abuse charges.
71-year-old Cassmore Shaw was a long-term substitute at Neptune Elementary. West 2's Bob Hazen reports he's accused of picking up a student and throwing him into a wall.
I talked to a lot of parents here today at Neptune Elementary. Many of them are stunned. Some of them saying a teacher should never put hands on a child.
Absolutely not. No, you're not. You don't put your hands on someone else's child, period.
Tina Young brought her kids to Neptune Elementary this morning. One of them knows Dr. Cassmore Shaw, but did not know about the allegations.
I'm concerned about even letting him go into school now. That's wild.
The 71-year-old Shaw is listed as a third-grade teacher on Neptune's website. St. Cloud police say late last month another teacher found a student with scratches and a bruise on his neck and shoulders. The boy told investigators he had accidentally knocked over a box of crayons in Shaw's class and, quote, Shaw then grabbed the collar area of his shirt, physically lifted him from his chair, and walked him to the corner of the classroom. He also said Shaw threw him into a wall.
Honestly, the teacher let his emotions get the best of him. A teacher should never put his hands on students.
That's totally unacceptable. And, you're thinking about the safety of your children,
St. Cloud police say at first the boy's mother did not want to press charges because her son has behavioral issues, but changed her mind when she saw the injuries. Shaw has deep roots in Osceola County, even was a runner-up for a school board seat back in 2020. His candidate bio lists a long life of public service. And one student told me she was in his class last year.
That doesn't sound like Dr. Shaw. He never used to be like that. He used to be like a kind teacher that would always take care of us.
Police say Shaw admitted grabbing the boy but was not angry and, quote, did not intend to cause harm. He's facing a charge of child abuse. The school district says he's no longer employed there. Covering Osceola County, Bob Hazen, West 2 News.
Come on, old man. Come on, old man. You can't be out here, man, being aggressive with people's children, man. Come on now. But you know what I find weird, people? This is what I find strange. The people that they was interviewing, the parents and the people that they was interviewing on what you saw in the video, they was nothing but, I guess they must be Mexicans or maybe Hispanic people. But I just noticed that, why they ain't interviewing no white people or black people, though? Why they only just interviewing Hispanic people? The parents, the ones that saying that, he shouldn't have been that aggressive to the child. Wait a minute, why can't we, the news people, why y'all didn't interview white or black people? Why you just only interviewing Hispanic people? Unless that's an Hispanic school, because that must be an Hispanic Neptune Elementary School. But I know people be like, well, who cares who they interview, Doug? Well, I'm just saying, just it looks weird. It looks weird though that they just only just asking Hispanic parents that, but not asking not asking black people or white people. I'm just saying, just look strange of them just only interviewing Hispanic people. But okay, whatever. I guess that's, like I was saying, I guess that must be a Mexican school from what it looks like. This is exactly the reason why I try to tell y'all, this man right here, he's 71 years old, but this is exactly the reason why I don't want to be no school teacher, man. I already done told you guys this before. This is why I don't want to be no school teacher. They claim this man right here was this former substitute teacher was being too aggressive with the kid. I mean, y'all heard what he said. He said the kid spilled a bunch of crayons and he grabbed the kid or something. And at first the parent wasn't going to press charges, but then they saw bruises on the kid. Who's to say that them bruises was probably already on there? Because, kids, they go through abusive too. And I'm not trying to make excuses for this man because this man is black. I'm not trying to make excuses for him. But, they claim that the bruises was already on them, everything like that. And they're trying to say that this man did it, though. If he did do it, shame on him. Shame on him for doing that, though. If you ain't got that much patience with kids no more, then you should have retired, old man. You should have retired. 71 years old, yeah. If you don't have that much patience for children, like, elementary kids, you shouldn't be teaching though. If you ain't, talk about, teachers like y'all need to have self-control. If you don't have that much patience with children no more, then do all the parents out there a favor and just retire before you end up doing something stupid like what this old man here did. He did something stupid and being too aggressive. I mean, I almost find it hard to believe for a 71-year-old man to do that though, because at first it would not have made sense. Because I know for a fact that he would not did no high school student. Because at first when I heard about this, I was like, wait a minute. There ain't no way he would have been able to do a high school student like this unless they let him. But they said it was elementary kids, so yeah. Because I know for a fact if it was high school students, ain't no way he would not did no high school students like that. Especially a young high school student, male student. Aggressive one? No, he wouldn't have been able to do that. He'd have got beat up by a high school student. So he wouldn't do that to a little kid though. But yeah, man, I don't know what to say about this man. This is why I don't want to be no school teachers. It's exactly the reason why I don't want to be no damn school teacher though, because these kids out here, I'm not saying the kid is lying, because the kid probably is telling the truth, but this is exactly the reason why I don't want to be no school teacher, because these kids out here, they'll sit there and accuse you of sexually touching them the wrong spot. Oh, Mr. Jug touched me in my private part. Oh, Mr. Jug touched me in my behind. You know what I'm saying? Kids will go back and make up some shit now. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, I refuse to be a school teacher, man. It ain't worth it, man. These kids know they can get away with lying. And I'm not saying all kids out there are lying, but this is why I said that they need to start putting surveillance cameras in every classroom. Because why does it always have to be the students that have to record to show the factual evidence that the teachers are the ones that's being aggressive? Why does it always have to be the students? You school system out there, y'all talking about these teachers having sex with these students and talking about it needs to stop and all the gun violence and stuff like that. Well, I don't understand why the school system is so freaking stingy that they don't put surveillance cameras in every single one of these classrooms. Why is that? Y'all could put surveillance cameras in the hallways. Yeah, y'all can put surveillance cameras in the hallways, but put surveillance cameras in the classrooms too. So that way, in case if something like this happened, they can look at the surveillance cameras and see. Because they're already talking about banning phones from school anyway. They're already talking about that. The school system's already talking about banning students from having phones, talking about it's a distraction, which that is true. But at the same time, I think it's good for students to have that, because sometimes these teachers will sit there and tell a lie. Come on now, there's times that teachers has been in the wrong. There's times that teachers are the ones that sometimes be the aggressor. It doesn't always be the students. Sometimes these teachers be the aggressive ones. And then they'll sit there and lie their ass off. So yeah, if students not allowed to have phones in the classroom, then y'all need to start putting surveillance cameras in every classroom. Every classroom. So that way, if something like this happened, parents can sit there and go to the office with the principal, and they can sit there and watch surveillance cameras and see who's the aggressor. That's what they need to start doing in these schools. Put every surveillance cameras in every classroom. So that way, who's ever the aggressor, the student or the teacher, they need to have that. But for this old man right here to sit there and do this to an elementary student like that, nah, man, you need to have a little bit more self-control than that, Pops. Like, real talk, man. It doesn't matter if you're 70 or not, man. You make bail, you better hope that child's father don't come looking for you. They don't care if you're 70-something years old or not. You better pray to God that child's father don't become looking for you when you make bail. I know I would. You sit there and do my son and daughter like that. I don't care if you is 70 years old. I don't care if you is my elderly man. You bruise a child? How about you bruise me? How about you put your hands on me and see what happens? But the difference is I'm gonna fight back. I don't care if you is an elderly man or not. You don't put your hands on nobody else's child like that. And teachers bees like that too, man. Some teachers, they don't realize. Some teachers, they have bad days. Sometimes they might have bad days, and they might come in and they might teachers go through drama and in their personal life too. They go through drama, and some of them come to school angry, ill with the students. They take their anger out on the students. Teachers have problems like everybody else does. You know what I'm saying? They have drama in their little personal life just like everybody else does. But some of them come to school and some come in there angry, some come with an attitude. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I've been around teachers like that. You look at the teachers and be like, what's your problem? Why you getting all mad? Why you writing everybody up? Why you screaming? Why you being a fucking bitch? Whether it's a male or female, like, why you being a fucking asshole? You know what I'm saying? I noticed that when I was a teenager back then, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, this old man could have had a bad day, you know what I'm saying? But still does not give him an excuse to abuse that child like that. Still don't give no excuse. So, yeah, man, yeah, old man, you can't be out here trying to rough up kids, for people's parents, children like that, man. You asking to get a beat down, Pops. Why is it always these substitute teachers to always be the ones? Every time I hear on the news, it's always substitute teachers. Full-time teachers gets in trouble too, but I hear way more substitute teachers get in trouble more than anything. Every time I hear on the news, substitute teacher sexually assaulted a student, substitute teacher did this, substitute teacher did that. I'm like, why is it always these substitute teachers? It's always them that's causing more problems than anything. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Anyway, that's just my thoughts about the situation, y'all. Anyway, peace.